Luna is jealous of Zhong Huiwan. Going back to the roots, the jealousy traced back to the beginning of the love between Zhong Huiwan and Lu Zhiping. The beginning of the love between Zhong Huiwan and Lu Zhiping was as beautiful as a lyrical poem. It all started when she lent him a piece of soap, and then love blossomed. Lu Zhiping, of course, loved Luna as well, but she always ranked second. The story begins in 1986. In that year, 14-year-old Zhong Huiwan moved from Taiyuan to Yibin with her parents. Before that, her father held a prominent position in the local government. However, later he was falsely accused, implicated, and transferred to a chemical fiber factory in Yibin as the factory director. For Zhong Huiwan, it was just a change of cities, life remained largely unchanged. As the only daughter in the family, she was dearly loved by her parents. In those times of scarce food, Zhong Huiwan could enjoy eggs and milk every day, and their home even had a color television. Also, at the age of 14, compared to Zhong Huiwan, Lu Zhiping had a more difficult life. His parents passed away in the same year, leaving him alone in their dilapidated house. Lu Zhiping was the youngest in the family, and he rotated among his 7 brothers and sisters' homes. Any place was home, yet it seemed like nowhere was home. In 1991, Lu Zhiping joined the chemical fiber factory, and there, he met Zhong Huiwan. Poverty-stricken Lu Zhiping felt inferior. He wore the same work clothes all year round, refrained from eating meat in the canteen, and the girls teased him for being stingy. Only Zhong Huiwan, the factory director's daughter, greeted him with a light smile whenever she saw him. Even though Zhong Huiwan was kind to everyone, her gentle treatment was exceptionally precious to Lu Zhiping. Unlike others, she didn't look at him with judgmental eyes. But he dared not entertain any improper thoughts. Zhong Huiwan was like a princess elevated above others. She was kind, pure, and only worthy of admiration from a distance. Even this distant admiration made Lu Zhiping feel the world was beautiful. Yes, there was a kind of girl in this world, and her existence itself was beautiful. Just like Zhong Huiwan to Lu Zhiping. Sometimes, when walking down the road and seeing Zhong Huiwan approaching from a distance, Lu Zhiping would blush and his heart would race subconsciously. Perhaps he had already fallen in love, just waiting for the right moment to admit it to himself. But he didn't expect that moment to come because of a bar of soap. That day, when Lu Zhiping, as usual, went to the bathhouse to take a shower with his clothes, he met Zhong Huiwan. Seeing him, Zhong Huiwan greeted him with a smile. She curiously asked why he didn't have soap for his shower. Lu Zhiping blushed instantly and somewhat awkwardly replied, "Soap is too expensive, and I can't afford it." Zhong Huiwan handed him a new bar, saying, "I have a spare one, you can borrow it." The affection in Lu Zhiping's heart surged out like a tide because of this bar of soap, and he couldn't take it back even if he wanted to. But still, he dared not express his liking. The only thing he could do was to help Zhong Huiwan with anything she needed. Some people noticed Lu Zhiping's feelings and called him a toad wanting to eat swan meat, but Lu Zhiping didn't mind. When this news reached Zhong Huiwan, the young girl gradually began to have some concerns. Confessing one's feelings also required the right moment. One afternoon, during a sudden thunderstorm, when Zhong Huiwan urgently went to collect her clothes, Lu Zhiping ran to help. Both ended up drenched like drowned rats. However, looking at the girl in front of him soaked by the rain, Lu Zhiping didn't know how he blurted out, "I like you." The girl's response was, "I like you too." At that moment, all the flowers in the world must have blossomed. He didn't know that she had been waiting for this confession for a long time. When the time finally came, she just wanted to agree with him immediately. But Zhong Huichuan's parents strongly opposed the relationship. This was expected. No parents would willingly let their daughter suffer with a poor man. And when the mother introduced Zhong Huiwan to a high-ranking official's son, the son, upon learning about Zhong Huichuan's relationship with Lu Zhiping, brought a group of people to beat Lu Zhiping. Lu Zhiping was seriously injured, but he kept saying, "Beating me is useless, I love her." His parents were furious and warned Lu Zhiping not to provoke Zhong Huiwan. However, Zhong Huiwan was determined to be with Lu Zhiping, escalating the conflict with her family to an intense level. Later on, when things became difficult, the mother called the police station, claiming that someone forcibly took away her daughter. The police took Lu Zhiping for questioning, and as he spoke, a big man's eyes turned red. He said, "I just like her, want to be with her, what can I do?" The policeman in charge of questioning found it amusing and somewhat touching. The coolest thing Zhong Huiwan ever did in her life was stealing the household register and marrying Lu Zhiping. This infuriated her parents, and they kicked Zhong Huiwan out of the house. In the bliss of their new marriage, the couple lived happily in a small rented room, akin to children who just got their hands on candy. Lu Zhiping always said, "You've suffered. I will definitely treat you well in this lifetime." Zhong Huiwan smiled and replied, I know. What she didn't know was that marrying her felt like a dream to him. So, he wanted to protect her desperately, wanted to repeatedly tell her that he truly loved her. Have you ever had a very beautiful dream? If you have, you might understand the feeling Lu Zhiping had every day after marriage, as if he were walking on clouds, eager to dance. Later on, Zhong Huiwan became pregnant. Her parents gradually accepted Lu Zhiping, realizing that he genuinely cared for their daughter. In 1996, a girl named Lu Na entered their world. As a new mother, Zhong Huiwan didn't know how to take care of a baby, and she didn't want to quit her job. The elderly couldn't be of much help. Lu Zhiping said, "Alright, you continue working, and I'll take care of our daughter." So, he actually quit his job and became a full-time dad. In that era, a man staying at home to take care of a child attracted gossip. More and more people accused Lu Zhiping of living off his wife. He felt a bit melancholic. In his bones, Lu Zhiping was a man with strong principles, but as long as Zhong Huiwan was happy, what others said didn't matter. Lu Zhiping wasn't skilled at taking care of a child. He wrote down everything he didn't understand and sought advice from others. It wasn't until Lu Na was 3 years old that Lu Zhiping re-entered the workforce. By then, the profitability of the chemical fiber factory had declined, so he joined a glass factory. From knowing nothing, he became the most skilled craftsman in the factory. Behind this achievement was his diligent study using various learning materials. Someone asked Lu Zhiping why he worked so hard, and he cheerfully answered, "For my wife and child." Time flew by, and it was already 2016. That year, Lu Na turned 20. For Lu Zhiping and Zhong Huiwan, 2016 was an extraordinary year. Zhong Huichuan's femoral head necrosis required a major surgery to remove the affected part and replace it with an artificial one. During the pre-surgery discussion, the doctor mentioned the use of a certain medicine during the procedure. If someone were allergic to this medicine, there was no way to save them. "If you think it's okay, please sign here." Lu Zhiping's hand trembled as he signed, and Lu Na saw that his eyes were red. However, when they returned to the ward, he grinned and pretended as if nothing had happened, reassuring Zhong Huiwan. "The doctor said it's just a minor surgery. Don't worry." The next day during the surgery, only 15 minutes after Zhong Huiwan was taken in, the doctor called for her family. Lu Zhiping was almost in tears with fear. When the doctor said, "Give me the blood transfusion form," Lu Zhiping finally heaved a sigh of relief. The surgery went smoothly. When Zhong Huiwan came out of the operating room, Lu Na and her boyfriend, Dabai, were about to approach. Lu Zhiping pushed them aside, took Zhong Huichuan's hand, and said, "Wife, I'm here." At that time, Zhong Huiwan was still under the influence of anesthesia, and she couldn't hear what he was saying. For the matters of payment and collecting medication afterward, Lu Zhiping let Lu Na and Dabai handle everything while he stayed by Zhong Huichuan's side. When Zhong Huiwan woke up, Lu Zhiping finally released the tension in his heart. He happily went with Lu Na to buy daily necessities and casually mentioned, "Daughter, I always thought you were a little more important than your mom in my heart. Today I realized your mom is the most important." Lu Na was left dumbfounded. After getting the things, Lu Zhiping grinned and took a bag of candies, saying, "Your mom's anesthesia has worn off, and her wound is hurting. I want to buy her some candy to eat." Alright, Mr. Lu is about to throw some dog food again. In fact, in these years, throwing dog food has become their daily routine. Due to rheumatoid arthritis, Zhong Huiwan had undergone 2 surgeries, and her body had gained weight and changed shape. But Lu Zhiping said, "A little plump is good, it's cute." When Lu Na was 8 years old, the chemical fiber factory closed down due to poor profitability, and Zhong Huiwan was laid off. She felt sad, but Lu Zhiping said, "Don't worry, I'm here. With your health, you can stay at home, cook, do laundry, and take it easy." So, Zhong Huiwan became a full-time housewife. Once Lu Na matured, the most common advice she heard was, "Your mom works hard every day. If you have time, help her with household chores." Lu Na was sure that Zhong Huiwan must be the happiest full-time housewife. Whenever Lu Zhiping earned some extra income, he would give Zhong Huiwan a red envelope. Lu Na, feeling jealous, would demand a red envelope too, but Lu Zhiping would intentionally act as if he didn't hear her. Once, Luna and Zhong Huiwan made a bet to see who could get money from Lu Zhiping first. After sending the WeChat messages, Zhong Huiwan immediately received a reply, "Wan, how did you know I earned money again? My beloved wife, please accept the red envelope." Luna's WeChat message sank like a stone. It was a self-inflicted humiliation. Luna posted on her moments, "I openly envy Zhong Huiwan, envious that there's a man who sees only her." Lu Zhiping, who never liked or commented on Luna's posts, gave a thumbs up this time. Once on Valentine's Day, Luna happened to be at home. Lu Zhiping wanted to take Zhong Huiwan to a seafood buffet and then watch a movie. Luna said, "I want to go too, take me with you." Lu Zhiping solemnly replied, "Why would you go? Go hang out with your friends." Then, he handed Luna 200 yuan and sent her away. Alright, Luna confirmed that she was superfluous. But Lu Zhiping didn't mean he didn't love her. To prevent Luna from marrying someone from afar, he forced her to stay in Yibin for college. However, things didn't go as planned. He overlooked the possibility of outsiders coming to Yibin for college. Luna's boyfriend, Dabai, was from Chengdu. After graduating, Luna followed Dabai to Chengdu for career development. Lu Zhiping couldn't accept it. During that period, he sighed and languished all day. It wasn't until 2016, when Zhong Huiwan underwent surgery, and Dabai voluntarily donated blood, that Lu Zhiping's impression of him gradually improved. Zhong Huiwan was quite open-minded. She even joked with Lu Zhiping, "I wonder if our daughter will be like me, secretly getting married." Lu Zhiping glared and said, "She wouldn't dare." Zhong Huiwan laughed and said, "We were like that before." Lu Zhiping said, "We're different. I know I will be good to you for a lifetime, but can that young man guarantee that?" When Luna recounted this conversation, Zhong Huiwan said, Nah, maybe you won't find a man as good to me as your dad in your lifetime, but Dabai is already good. Cherish him." Luna smiled and said, "Mom, I envy you, envious in the name of a woman." Yes, there are few men in the world who love their wives like Lu Zhiping. Despite being emotionally reserved, he never hesitated to express his love for Zhong Huiwan. Despite having a bit of male chauvinism, when he was with Zhong Huiwan, he always yielded first. Luna couldn't help but envy Zhong Huiwan. But Lu Zhiping said, "I had nothing in this world originally. It was your mom who gave me a home. Of course, I have to be good to her." He didn't just say it, he lived up to it. After Luna started working, she rarely returned to Yibin. Sometimes Zhong Huiwan would come to see her, but in less than 2 days, Lu Zhiping would find various excuses to urge her to go home. Whether it was a stomachache, a cold, or enticing Zhong Huiwan with a red envelope. When Zhong Huiwan hurried back, Lu Zhiping would happily go and cook her favorite braised fish. There was no stomachache or discomfort, he just couldn't be without her. Yes, he was like a child, unable to be without her. Once during a chat with Luna, Zhong Huiwan said, Nah, if I'm not here in the future, you must bring your dad to live with you. He will be lonely by himself, and I'm worried. Luna suddenly teared up. She resisted discussing this topic, subconsciously feeling that her parents would always be by her side. How could she be jealous of Zhong Huiwan? She wished they would display their affection for each other every day. So, before the arrival of aging and illness, may Mr. Lu Zhiping and Mrs. Zhong Huiwan continue to be happy. In this life, being their daughter, Luna feels very fortunate. The world is a bit rough, and time isn't always gentle, but having witnessed the most beautiful love, Luna has gained the strength to face all the storms.